even though farming was all your life, that's just when you grow into something, it just, I don't know, most of the time you're grown to love it, and that's what I did. A lot of times your mom and dad couldn't come to your ball games. You had to rely on neighbors. I mean, they tried to attend, and they did encourage you to do certain sports. I mean, my mom was totally against football, but that didn't have nothing to do with farming. It's a good juggling act, trying to run the farm and go to other activities. Back then, about long I can remember, we always had chickens too. They used to go lay eggs in the morning, eat breakfast, and then go milk about 6:30. They get out about 4 o'clock to lay eggs. Dad really didn't do much farming because he didn't have much time. I mean, just the hay, right. And that's the reason, and raise little corn solids. And I mean, poultry and dairy are the two more time consuming. Especially we took the eggs all the way from, we washed them, we canned them, we graded them, we took them to the retail store. We got out the poultry, I think before I graduated. Yeah, before I graduated. I think there was a couple times we had like 6,000. There was the 5,000 was in cages. And the ones up above was loose housing. I think he had 500 or 600. He started out with that before he went to cages. I think when we grown up and Dad had the chickens, he only milked about 30. But when I kind of took over, we kept milking. We milked 50 or 60, and then we ran about 100 head of beef cattle. Anybody that know Glenn Conder, he was the head CEO to his diminished through the year, but he never handed the reins over. He controlled the books till a week before he died. We made the end of every day, but he made the long-term decision, like taking care of the cows. He didn't know what we was doing if we had a major health issue or something, but it was up to me to take care of the daily health and keep production up and he watched the cost. A lot of times we bump heads but there is a fine line. You could get more milk, but it also could cost more money. I was the youngest one, and I didn't really have a choice about staying on the farm. Everybody say it's always the oldest one to stay, but the oldest one always say us 3 boys was the smartest one. He was always destined to go college. I just like raise dairy heifers and the kids, and we do sell dairy beef, and I think that's we sell our beef on the feeder market, but the dairy beef we sell them at freezer beef. He sold land to a stone quarry, and we had a 10-year lease on it. And then when the 10 years up, we was losing quite a bit of land. We either had to get rid of the dairy or the beef. That stage of my life and Dad's life, he was more involved in beef, and he claimed we was just barely breaking even or losing money, and so we got rid of the dairy and moved the beef